Namaste. Imagine you have an important interview tomorrow and you want to look a professional. You go to barber and you say just one line, I just need a good haircut. You close your eyes with confidence and you enjoy the moment. 5 minutes later, you open your eyes and you see this is not a trim. This is a transformation. You wanted a professional cut and you got a coconut cut. You look like a 10-year-old boy who is ready to go to school on very next day. So, was the barber bad? Okay, now let's imagine the another scenario. You are at a wedding function. You are trying to finish a big juicy gulab jamun. You see a photographer standing in front of you with a professional camera. And you said, please click a photo of me. And click. You don't look classy, right? You look like someone who is ready for the sugar and oxygen together. So, the camera is perfect. Photographer is professional. But the instruction was bad. And here is the uncomfortable truth. We give 10% of instructions and we expect 100% of the result. We have been doing this from many years. But the truth is, we are bad prompters. So, how do I improve my prompting? Now, many people think that prompting is a new language. They need to become a code genius or math expert for the same. But let me tell you a secret. Prompting is not a technical skill. It is an ancient human skill. From hundreds of years, we have been prompting humans. When king said to the minister, go and find a way to make people happy, that was the prompt. When mother said to daughter, clean the house, the guests are coming, that is the prompt. When teacher tells to student, write an assignment under 100 words, that is the prompt. So from centuries, we have been prompting humans. But the difference is that humans are smart. They can guess what you mean. They can see your face. They can hear your tone and fill in the gap. But today, the person listening to you is not a human. It is being replaced by a machine. And let me tell you, AI does not have a common sense. It does not know your vibe. It only knows your word. This is why we need to move from deep thinking into our heads from the smart screen in front of us. So remember, the quality of AI's response is dependent 100% of quality of your question. If the output is bad, don't blame to the machine. Look into the mirror. Because AI is just a mirror of your own clarity. Jason Yang, the CEO of NVIDIA, said something revolutionary, which I liked. The new programming language is the human. And that is true. For last 40 years, we have been learning coding and programming to understand or to speak with computers. But now, today, finally computer speaks human language. Interesting, right? This means the most important code you will ever write in your life will be your own thought. So, how does this AI actually think? Research suggests that nearly 44.6% of AI failures are caused by the bad prompts. Sounds uncomfortable. That means that issue might not be of an intelligence. Issue is a clarity. When you learn smart prompting, you are not just using a tool. You are learning to see your own thoughts clearly. You are turning a blurry mirror into the high definition screen. This is where the magic happens. And this is where we stop being users and start being directors. So, how do we stop getting coconut haircuts and gulab jamun photos from AI? For that, we need a good prompt. A good prompt demands clarity, intention, structure, and self-awareness. We need a system, a simple way to organize our deep thinking into the smart prompting. Across the globe, world-class researchers, coders, programmers, teachers are already relying on powerful prompt frameworks like chain of thought, zero-shot prompting, multi-shot prompting. So, they know the fundamental truth. That is, AI thinks systematically. We must instruct systematically. Out of the entire library of the frameworks, I want to show you one example here. For that, I want you to remember one special word. This is RISE. RISE. 4 letters will end your guesswork. So it will help you to move from user to director. So let's understand. The R stands for role. Before you ask anything to an AI, you just tell an AI what it should be or who it should be. So instead of saying that tell me, say you are a math expert or you are a career counselor. When you give it a role, the AI puts on a specific pair of glasses and looks the world through those lenses. Next, I. I stands for instructions. This is the what part. Be clear, be direct. Instead of saying, tell me about science, you should say, explain me the concept of gravity. The better the instructions, the clearer the output. Now, S stands for steps. AI is very fast, believe me. But to get the good output, you need to slow it down. And to slow it down, the key is steps. Tell your question in the number of steps. Like, you say, first look at this data. Second, find the patterns. And third, find the outcome out of it. So by this way, you are giving a path to an AI on which it won't get lost. Finally, E stands for expectations. Tell an AI exactly how your output should like. You want a paragraph, you want a story, or a creative poem. If you don't set an expectation, remember, the AI will do a guesswork. And from our barber's example, we know guessing is dangerous. So when you use RISE, you are moving from user to director. Now, let me give an example for more clarity here. Let's imagine you have a class of 40 first-year students. It's a hot summer afternoon, and they all are sleepy. And you want to teach them an Ohm's law, V is equal to IR. Sounds scary, right? So what I'll do, I'll immediately reach to an AI and will give a lazy prompt. Give me an activity to teach Ohm's law. Very simple. But the AI's result will come out with 10-page long, boring theory, number of equations, and those practicals which I will never ever do in my life. So now let's use our magic word, RISE. So let's give it a role that you are an expert physics teacher who know how to make science fun. That way I am telling the rule. Give it an instructions, create a physical classroom activity to teach V is equal to IR. Now steps. Explain the concept using a water analogy. Second part, I have 40 students whom I want some should play a voltage, some should play a role of resistance. And third, give me a 5-minute brief summary. Those are the steps where I am telling an AI to slow it down. Now, give me a 5-minute script. Now, finally, let's move on to the expectations. So, expectation should be, I am teaching this in the classroom. So, no lab equipment should be required. And I am hitting the magical key called as an enter. And finally, the magic is right in front of you. You get line by line engaging activity to teach an Ohm's law, which does not require any lab instruments and where physics is the fun. That is the power of clear prompt. So, what is the one big idea I want you to take home today? And that is, prompting is the new literacy. According to World Economic Forum, the most important skills today are analytical and creative thinking. 50 years ago, if you couldn't read or write, you are left behind. And today, if you don't know how to prompt, you are leaving the most powerful tool of this world untouched. Many people often say that AI makes us less human, but I believe the opposite. I believe to get a great outputs from AI, you need to be more human, more structured, more clear, more intentional. When you use the prompt framework, you are not just using a tool. You are training your brain to think better. So my friends, no matter who you are, what you do, don't be just a user, be a director. The next time when you sit in front of an AI screen, remember the barber and remember the photographer. Don't walk away with a coconut haircuts or a gulab jamun photos. We often hear that people say they are waiting for normal. But here's the truth. This is the new normal. Because the future does not belong to the smartest machines. The future belongs to the human who know how to talk to them. Thank you.